Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to an episode of the Motley Crew here. We are in the Motley Crew studios. We're in the revamped, revamped Game Room Boulevard. Can you smell it in the air, ladies and gentlemen? Can you smell it in the air?
Did you shoot yourself?
It is finals football time, baby. I'm here with Kyle, on one, Cody, drinking one. And how we doing on this lovely Monday, boys? How we feeling? How was your weekends?
I know one of us is on one. And who is you?
What?
It's contagious.
My name's Jake.
It's contagious.
And I'm feeling pretty tired, you know. We had a big weekend. Lots of working.
Did you party too hard last night?
Lots of go. And then I just, got till Sunday evening. Big game of football on. So I conversed good old Kyle to come over here for a little Sunday sesh, which we haven't done for a little while before, going to work at 2:30 in the morning. And yeah, it was good times. Good times were had. Things were done.
Things were done. Did you just kiss?
Still went to work, smashed it, and then people keep getting sick, man, going home early.
Probably just sick of you.
But yes, I'm very good.
Can't blame them.
How's your weekend, boys?
Nah.
Nah.
Yeah, nah.
I got about 6 hours across 2 nights, I reckon. Ridiculous. I'm not 21 anymore.
I can't prove how old I am anymore.
It's getting hard. It's getting hard.
I feel like just each day, your age just seems to change. And
What? That's
like,
really? It does.
Sometimes you feel good and young again, and sometimes you feel a bit older and older again. And
felt young in a long time.
Yeah. Anyway.
You feel young when you're like, yeah, let's go.
Hey Siri, get me out of Struggle Street. Fuck off, Siri.
Well, let's get to it. Let's talk some of the Rugby League last round of the year, round 27, and what a week it was. We had some wild and fun games. We had some disappointing games.
Say goodbye to half the comp.
Half the comp is gone.
Over half the comp.
Touche.
And it started off with the Thursday night, boys. And we had one of the greatest games of the year. And we had the Broncos getting pumped by the top of the ladder, flexing their muscles over here, Melbourne Storm. 50-12. That means the Broncos can't win the premiership, if you didn't know.
I cracked that one, Kyle.
Wait, I'm not going to laugh.
That was good.
I had quite a few people respond to me.
You're not going to laugh?
I'm not going to lie. I'm going to laugh. Everyone had a good laugh at that little subtle post on the story. Shout out Random Stats Guy for providing those lols.
Proper crack up. I've seen it. I was just like, fuck it hell.
So it started off with that. And then it didn't get much better for the losing teams. So then we had the good old spoon bowl. And this got some traction. It got some heat.
What a spoon bowl it was.
What a spoon bowl it was.
I'll tell you what. This was the most highest class of shit football I've ever seen in my life.
But they ended up being a whole moly, about 86 points, and that was Parramatta winning 60-26, and there was probably about 86 errors too.
I'm not going to lie. I was looking for the guacamole then.
I'm getting hungry, bro. I don't like guacamole.
You just said it.
That pizza was good last night, but I was sore this morning. It was cranking. And then on Friday night, we also had the Roosters versus the Rabbitohs game, which, for what a great game they do have. There wasn't much talk about this game. There wasn't much to play for.
This was the worst game to add to the book of feuds ever.
I'm sure not. Surely not.
The only thing that would have made it worse was if we lost.
It was a bit shit.
Because it ended up 36-28, but it was not
But
close
I'll tell you,
at all.
Mate, Sandon Smith's in the halves. There's nothing to worry about.
Oh, see what happens this week, big dog. And Saturday,
He's going to be the king of Penrith.
we had Saturday. We had games to remember for a while here for Kyle. And it started off with one of the best games. And
No, this is bullshit. I don't want to hear about it.
This is where it all started to slide.
we had the Raiders come on top of the Dragons, 26-24.
Did you say come on top?
Come on top of them, yeah.
Well, basically, they blew the load all over them.
Fucking oath. Put the flame out.
Big red load. And then we had what I'm calling the pretenders. I'm calling the doggies the pretenders. I've been saying it for a while that I'm just not convinced. And maybe I could be wrong, but we'll see what happens. But they lost 6-44 against the Cowboys a week before final starts.
The pretenders against the pretenders.
Yeah, but the Bulldogs were missing.
Oh, yeah,
when you take someone that's possibly going to be the 5/8 of the year out of the team,
He makes all those tackles, does he?
just trying to fire him up, mate. Come on.
If it was just because they didn't score points,
Well, they
Get
didn't. They didn't.
but they didn't lose just because they didn't score points. You thought they were going to beat them 42-40 like fucking Dragons Eels.
Yeah, well, you never know.
And then we ended on Saturday night with a pretty slack game, to be honest. The Penrith Panthers, they won, but they didn't look convincing. They didn't look like they could score any points, but they did score 18 against the Gold Coast 12, who, I guess, good on Gold Coast for showing up and trying to play football.
I'm missing a fair few as well.
They did pretty good, but
The
still,
Panthers, you could just tell they were just doing enough.
Mm.
There's probably messages from the coaches like, we want to win, boys, but don't go out there and fuck yourself.
Mm.
We don't need no Roosters players.
And then we got to Sunday afternoon, and the games of football started on the Sunday afternoon. We had some red hot games. We had some statement games by these two teams. So let's start off with the Sharks. What a statement win over that Manly Seagulls. Somehow the Sharks went not into this game favourites, and they showed that they are maybe they will win a finals game this year. We'll find out. But they won 40-20 over Manly Seagulls.
It's not going to start easy. They've got to take Melbourne in Melbourne. So,
And I'll tell you one thing. Nico Hines ain't doing nothing for him.
They looked all right yesterday, boys.
He looked all right. What
Yeah.
did he do?
6 out of 7 conversions.
Oh, wow, he kicked goals. Trindle looks like the dominant half. Now he just keeps throwing rainbow balls and panicking. Give it to old fucking Tommy Hazelden. He's either scoring them or setting them up on the line, the big dog.
no, they can't now. He's MCL, gone.
Big Tommy Hazelden?
Yeah, mate.
Oh.
I didn't even watch the game and I know that.
Not good.
Oh.
But then we had the game of the round, the pre-elimination and elimination final. That was a fucking roll. And we had the Newcastle Knights show up, defend their kingdom, defend their finals hopes, and show Wayne Bennett what he left when we won 14
A decade ago.
to 6. This was just a dominant display of just not
Yeah.
losing our heads, playing controlled football.
I'm just going to take you down a notch here, old fucking boots. It helps when you've got an extra man on your team.
Oh, yeah? Who's that?
Because Trey Fuller's tries a fucking try every day of the week.
No, it's not. It's really not. It has not been tried all year except one time it was. Every other time than that one time when the refs just decided to give it to the team.
Brody Jones is not affecting the tackle to make him stop scoring. It's a try.
I'm not going to read the rules because the rules are...
well, no, 3 weeks ago they
one
changed
time
it
the
to
whole
go
season,
interpretation.
this was the right ruling.
Oh,
'Cause it's been the ruling all year.
no, it hasn't. They changed
hasn't.
it.
They
to
did not
common,
change
to common
it.
sense. They did.
For one fucking rule, one try,
Oh,
2 tries. 2 tries.
and then 2 other tries the day after, they went back to the rules.
fucking LA.
Also, and has KP been watching Trell Mitt play? Because how does he play the worst game of football out there too, but then also somehow play the best game? He looked terrible.
Nah, he played really well.
The amount of passes he just throwing.
Other than his passing was a bit how you going. He got a bit excited. Hey?
Jesus.
They
They
went,
scored 2 tries. He set up both of them, but then he also fucked about 8 backline plays.
but they all went backwards at least and not intercepted or
Over
fucked
the
up.
sideline, that's why no one
Yeah,
could intercept it.
I think there's a bit more.
I'll give him one. One of them was because the winger wasn't there. Oh, mate, but for some reason it was I'm sure it was like the back row or something.
Nah, I still thought that pass was forward, but
No, not the one when the back row was playing wing.
no.
He must have thought the winger was going to be there, and it was like just some fucking blonde-haired fella out there.
All right.
Wasn't the winger. He must have been in for like a hit up, and then the next play he's going down. He's going, bah, bah, bah. I'm like, oh,
Terrible.
your mate.
That was the week of results of Rugby League. Where do you want to go now, guys? Anything to join in?
Sorry, what?
Anything to bring up? What did you like about it? What are you looking forward to? Any winners or losers of this week going to the finals rounds?
I'll probably have a winner, and that winner, in some ways, is Kyle, because if this guy keeps playing good, he might get his way, and old mate might not make the team. But old Naraka Waka Whiskey Wiki Waki that debuted for the old Roosters, he looks a player, looks a red hot player.
He's red hot. Give me 14 of them right now.
Absolutely. He goes, if he keeps playing like this,
I
Dom Young.
Dom Young's already dropped. He's gone.
Get rid of him. He was out there like attacking the ball.
I still remember watching
Just
it.
loves it.
I
Like,
still
just
remember
rips
looking
and
up.
tears.
South ran a play down the short side. He just made the decision to come in, came in and absolutely nailed, I think it was a centre, shut down the play. I was like, Dom Young's there, it's a try South. Because Dom Young's just going to stand there and be like, I don't know what I'm doing.
And I understand like he's come from like another code and all that, so you know he's still a professional. But the way that he's adjusted, like he's only played like two or three games for
That's
the unders, and then he comes in straight into the NRL, killing it, absolutely killed it.
Yep.
So look out for him.
I didn't really.
Even in the finals.
I haven't watched any of that game. I just saw his try, and he just looks like an athlete, which makes sense. And when you're that much of an athlete, if you can just work and figure out the game, and like you said, he's professional, which I think he's obviously a professional. He was a really good rugby sevens player, played in the Olympics and stuff like that. So he's good.
And
he
looks
good at what he does and figures
hungry.
it out. Yeah, it looks keen as.
Looks hungry to just get in there and have a crack, not like he's just out on the wing waiting for it to happen.
But I don't think he's going to be playing again this year.
Yeah, get him in.
I'll tell you what,
Maybe this game if they want to, give Young or Tupu another week off when they probably know they can't win this week anyway. So, fuck. Yeah.
You're having a laugh, mate. Sandon Smith and the halves were good. A loser for me, and I hate to just jump on him because he's been copping it. But old Kevy Walters, the comment that he made a couple of weeks ago, it's not an if we make finals, we're making finals, is sort of really didn't take traction, did it?
No.
And
then his press conference after the Storm game was not the best. Or was that after the Dolphins game?
it was the week before.
I'm a week late.
Yeah.
I'm not usually like that.
Yeah, well, we did miss last week. Yeah, when old mate was calling him out. This doesn't normally happen. This is like a one-off. What about like the other 3 times it happened this season? Oh, well, you seem to know about it. Why don't you tell him? He's like, man, I'm just asking you a question.
But yeah, the Broncos, where do they go from here?
It's going to be a big off
Do
season.
they get rid of Kevy? Or do you reckon they need to...
Wait.
No.
Still only made the grand final last year. They'll give them the
Like they
off
said.
season. They've got 10 rounds to figure it out and see how they go.
Is it an attitude problem?
It's a defense.
I reckon it was because they're young and dumb, and they come in with all this confidence. They weren't used to being the big dogs, getting chased. Every team shows up against you every week because you got that target on your back, and they just didn't aim up. Obviously, like not having Reynolds and certain injuries, and I mean they lost Herbie, lost Flegler, had a couple of losses, and the people that they brought in probably didn't perform as well as they thought. But I just think because they're young, they just thought, shit don't stink. We're just going to roll in and just win games. The games last year that they just won by just, with that swagger, this year those teams turned on more, watch a bit more film, and just pump them. Like what Bennett, out of nowhere, just makes changes, and the Dolphins absolutely pumped them. Biggest loss by a Queensland team, or against the Queensland team.
It's red hot. I like that.
Even with, like, Walsh, he was shit this year. He's just coming out here nah. I think they need to do the harder stuff.
Yeah, I think it's definitely an attitude thing because it's just like if you just look at this year to last year, the biggest thing is just the defense. I think they went from averaging like 14 points conceded to about 24.
Yeah, but their handling was worse. Like their handling was not great last year.
They're blaming all their injuries, but yes, Reynolds is a great player and a good player, but he shouldn't make that much difference in your defense.
Tackles, yeah.
He's not there making the defense, so I think that's just a big attitude problem, and that's.
But then, like,
they've still got pretty much the same roster next year, so that's all they got to really focus on is trying to get the defense back up, and I think they could be back in the finals very easily.
Yeah, but their depth is the club's depth is obviously a question too.
Yeah,
because if Reynolds goes down,
I don't know why they never gave that Cody Black a shot.
They didn't want to pull probably didn't want to pull the trigger on him just yet. But at some point, your hand's got to be forced. I think I said to Jake because I think we might have been talking about this, or I don't know if it maybe to you, Cody, but. A couple of years ago when Sammy Walker made his debut for the Roosters, Trent Robinson didn't want to have to play him that year.
Yeah.
They were still wanting to wait, still bleed him a bit more.
Yep.
But Robbo's hand was forced. We had that many injuries, we had to play him. So, at some point during this season for the Broncos, they had to have gone, well, fuck, we're running out of options because if, we don't do something now and play the young fella who's probably our best option right now, but we don't want to bleed him too early, it's just one of those ones I guess you die on the hill you stand on. Whatever that metaphor is.
Yeah, whatever the metaphor is. It's the same as with Lockie Galvin. And Benji, he goes, ideally, you'd bring him in for a couple, you'd send him back, you'd just slowly bleed him. You don't want to put too much pressure on the young kid. He goes, but we just had to play him all year. Like, there was some bits where he was like a little bit injured, still had to play. You want to be able to, you need, like Bennett does, where some people, like, they'll be killing it, all of a sudden they're not playing. You're like, what? Where are they? And then like a couple of weeks later, they'll come back in, play another few games, get dropped again. You're like, what's going on here? And then, 3 years later, they're, top-class first grader, killing it. Katoa.
Well, for staying negative, boys, I think my loser for the round. It's hard to sum up this round and not.
Adelaide.
I was gonna. He was a bit later in the podcast. But we could just get it. We could just hit it now. The loser of the week, but sort of the whole season, Kyle Adelaide. Unfortunately, the big man over here had about a 6-point lead in our tipping comp about 4 weeks ago.
It wasn't 4 weeks ago.
And it wasn't a 6-point lead.
It was. I did get out to a 6-point lead. But again, I will reiterate, that lead was chopped up in half in the next week because old mate behind us got a perfect round the following week.
And unfortunately, he's come to the masses and he has fallen down all the way into third. Let $1,200 of cash just fall out of his hands. And
Rookie.
I don't know how
I reckon it'll go back to about those three games that you switched in the last 4 weeks too. You're a good switcher.
Yeah, I can switch off the team that's going to win.
You've done it well. You've done it well.
Actually, there was this week. So the week just gone, I actually got a switch right. I switched from the Doggies to the Cowboys last minute because I realised I knew Burden was out, but when I realised that they were debuting two wingers, I was like, nah, I'll probably switch to the Cows here because I needed to get a tip back after my actual loser of the round. I don't know how I missed this.
Dragons.
No, fucking Corey Horsburgh. Like, I fucking love him, but
on the way out, last game, last play to win the game, leave the club.
The fact that I lost the 1,200 on him scoring that fucking bullshit try, it fucks me. It pisses me off just that little bit. Because just for context, for the one other person that's listening,
Jermaine,
I was sitting in first going to the Dragons Raiders game.
Oh,
well, I was first on margin.
You were first.
The top three of us were all tied. I had the Dragons, and the two blokes behind me had the Raiders. After 20 minutes, Dragons up 24-6, and I'm fucking laughing. I didn't say they'd won yet because I was like, I don't do that. That second half was a fucking tough watch. I was on the edge of my seat for most of that because it just looked like the Raiders were coming, and I'm like, surely not. And then when fucking they passed it to Horsburgh on that last play, I started to cheer just that little bit because I'm like, he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Puts in this god-awful grubber, recollects it, and fucking dives over. If I had my phone in my hand, I would have thrown it. Luckily, it was on the table, but...
Because when you said, I was busy, wasn't watching the game, and I'm like, surely they should be all right. And then I just get the message. I get the message coming through from Kyle, and it's just like, that's fucking bullshit. And I was like, oh, you're joking. And then, then I'm like on Instagram, and I just see the big red score it, and then someone said about him putting in a kick. I was like, there is no way Kyle has dropped from first to third on a Corey Horsburgh kick to himself for a try. No. You wouldn't fucking read about it. That'd be like a joke. If I said if Kyle wasn't watching it, I said, "Oi, you lost it because the bruh put a little fucking grubber through for himself on last tackle with like a minute and a half to go to win the game." You'd be like, "Yeah, all right, brother, good one, good joke." The bruh. You fucking love to see it.
Because then after I switched to go from the Bulldogs to Cowboys, I went 4 from 4 after that game. So I would have held on.
What's worse, losing it like this, Kyle, or losing to good old Jimmy?
He would have wanted to lose anyone else.
Props to him, though. He has got a perfect round the last round and then taken over top spot.
And it's like
pretty wild.
It was like 2 perfect rounds in like the last 4 weeks to just fucking skyrocket to first.
Yeah, props to him. Fuck him.
I was trying to see if I could go back to the last 3 or 4 rounds and see like what big games Kyle really fucked up on.
Not the amount of times he's changed.
Newcastle a couple times.
No, I still remember that Saturday night here. I switched from the Cowboys to the Raiders.
Oh,
and that was the last time the Raiders lost because then they went on to fucking beat the Panthers and the Roosters. The fucks.
Yeah,
Raiders are just a bunch of fucks.
They just love
they
fucking everything up.
They fucked me.
They just bench you over.
There was a couple of times throughout the season too. Fucking Penrith were another one. Penrith twice, they duped me. I had them at home against Melbourne. They fucking bottled that. And then old mate that ended up coming second when Penrith were down 14 points to the Dolphins with 10 minutes to go, whatever the fuck it was. If Penrith dropped that, he doesn't get a perfect week, doesn't get the extra point. Fuck. Just blowing up deluxe.
You love to see it.
Anyway.
Beautiful.
Anyway.
Well, a winner this weekend, I think I got to bring it up because I was backing them and Kyle didn't listen to me. And that's Parramatta. Avoid the wooden spoon. So good on them for doing that. And, you know, they had a shit year. Had a rubbish year. And somehow they just started playing. At least they've been playing some attacking football the last couple of weeks. And I think.
They weren't playing fucking defense.
No, they're not playing defense, but I think they know this is a very disappointing year for themselves. And looking at their team, they're like, how did they come second last? But good on them for avoiding the spoon and not adding to their tally of having the most. So good on them. And I think.
Maybe they should have, in hindsight, played Sivo a bit more. The bastard scored 17 tries in 12 games. What a strike rate.
Yeah, but I think,
Could have had him. Just get him out there.
Dropped him down to Rezzies. I think he showed Sivo, he's like, yeah, this is shit. I'm not doing this. So let's keep those standards up
Let's
and
get
stay in
back
this
up
team. Yeah. But shout out to Parramatta for getting that. And unfortunately, Tigers, you joined Newcastle winning 3 spoons in a row.
Yeah, so they're my winners of the week. At least they get to take something home. The other fucking 8 teams, nothing.
Oi.
Good on ya. Thanks for coming.
Coruscant really brought the Penrith spirit to the Tigers with another 3-peat.
Loves it. A tree-peat. What a
Knights for
weapon.
the spoon next year, but
Let's talk about them. Let's talk
Yeah.
about the
I
winners
hope
of
they
the
make-
week.
I thought we'd get on to Dally M's now.
The Knights, I hope the Knights make the grand final against Penrith and lose. And then all the other teams before them just crumble down the ladder.
I'll take that.
So,
We make a grand final.
Carter, I actually, before we get on to the Knights, because we might as well talk about them real quick because this will be the last week we get to talk about them. So, for the Roosters and Knights to play each other in the finals, we need to win the first week,
Oh, okay.
and then you need to win,
3
obviously,
games.
the first and second game, because then you'll come through to us.
What loser did they verse? What's the other one?
They'll verse the loser of
Storm
Melbourne.
and Roosters.
Storm and...
So you were wrong what you were saying yesterday, Kyle.
Who did Melbourne play?
You were saying because it's 5th versus 8th.
I never know how it works.
Yeah, so you're
I
wrong.
never know.
You're
Yeah,
wrong.
you
You
fucking...
seem confident. You seem you had it, and you're wrong again.
No, the winner of 5-6 will play the loser of 1-4.
Apparently not, because that's what I said.
Oh, I thought it was inside outside.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Anyway,
No.
I looked at the bracket, and if the Roosters beat Penrith, which we will, it's not an if, we will.
No, it is. It's one.
Hashtag
1-4-5-8,
Kevy Walters.
Sorry, 1-4-5-8. Is it not one? Never mind.
Doesn't matter. And then you guys beat the Cowboys somehow, and then beat whoever the fuck you have to beat in the second week.
Sharks.
Oh, it is, yeah. You'll beat the Sharks because Melbourne will win. Then we verse you guys to get in the grand final. So
Can I just tip now? Cowboys to pump yous.
No, you can't. You gotta wait. You gotta wait. Let it chill a bit. See the team
Cowboys.
list.
Cowboys
20
See how you're
plus.
vibing.
Pump them.
Cowboys 20 plus.
Pump.
Newcastle
Kyle fell
love
for 4.
Newcastle love getting pumped in elimination finals. Last year was the first time we
Fell
actually
for
won
4.
one. The 2 years before that, we got pumped.
Just
Once by the
quietly, is
Rabbitohs.
Kalen Ponga
Once
kind of
by-
like the NRL version of Joel Embiid? Except he can't get out the first round. Paid all this money, can't get out the first round.
Don't compare, mate.
Hey,
Don't even.
let,
No, they
it's
both
it's
flop.
like his first full season ever. So hey, props to him.
Probably get an MVP now.
Nah, that's easy. Talking about MVPs. Hey, Friday night MVPs.
Yes.
Shall we get into it, Jacob?
He's
I'm
so
not
mad.
leaving.
He's so mad.
I'm not leaving the Mighty Knights on that chat. We had a game.
Well,
We
how
played
come you get to
so
have a big
good.
old fucking chat about yours, but old Roosters fan down there who's also make finals doesn't get to say anything about it?
Because you can't bring up that game and talk about it because it was shit.
You only
He
fucking
didn't even
barely
watch his game.
fucking skull dragged yourselves into the finals, and we're going to talk
No,
about
we
8th
didn't.
place.
They
We
did a fucking-
dominated.
We're going
it.
to talk about 8th
It was
place.
14
They
0.
did a Steve Bradbury.
I've
All the
seen a little-
teams in front of them lost, so they got through.
We shut them down for 70 minutes. They didn't even look like
Mate, you're
scoring a
shit.
try,
You conceded
mate.
more points with them having 12 men than you did with them having 13.
Boys, it was game over.
Oh, really?
It was.
The clenching of your asshole last night
Nah, never happened.
said opposite.
Never happened.
It's just kind of thing.
If
we've
that
let this
fucking
team
forward
come in.
pass wasn't called on Nicarima,
But it was way forward.
Well, that
It was a mile
mile
forward. It was a great call. But I heard your asshole shut when he went through. Yeah. I thought someone slammed the door. And then I heard the release after they called a forward pass. He's like,
Fuck, that would be good.
because I did say while we were watching the game, I was like, if Dolphins score one, I reckon they score one real quick. They score a second one
Just,
real
okay,
quick.
bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
That's when I was kind of regretting not being here when they scored that try. And I was like, I'd just love to be there to fiend Jake if he's lost on the buzzer.
Could you imagine?
I actually wanted it to be a draw.
So did I. I said to him, I was like, could you imagine if they score off this set and then go down there and hit a 2-point field goal, lock it all up?
This would have been scenes.
I
That would have been-
almost, when they kicked the penalty to go up 2, go up 8 or whatever it was.
Mm.
No, they were
14,
up 14 and then they scored. Then there was that other one and I was like, I'd take the 2.
Oh,
I fucking dare you. I double dare. The amount of times people have gone up by that just random, like by 8 or whatever, instead of gone up by 10 instead of fucking 8. Oh, I was like, please take it.
Yeah.
They took the tap. I was like, damn it.
Yeah, I was like, I thought I'd take the 2 there too.
They knew. They seen. All right, Buttercup. Go
Anyway,
on. Get
just-
into it. Go on.
No, we're winners of the week, Newcastle Knights.
Rip into
Made
it.
finals, and we're ready to shake it. And then just honestly, we've made 4 finals in 5 years. That's pretty great from a team. We've got 3 water spoons before that. And, we'll get respect eventually from everyone. But I'll take it.
You shan't be getting respect from
What are you
anyone.
getting respect for? Making finals?
Yes, falling over the line.
4 out of 5 times. It's not bad.
Hey?
Have any of those positions ever been higher than 6?
From Battlers down to Newcastle Knights,
Hey, not bad, not bad. You get to extend your season by 1 week and get pumped
Thank
by
you.
the fucking Cowboys.
Thank you.
What a waste of like a trip. Is it up at Cowboys?
Yeah.
It is, obviously.
Tons of it.
What a waste of a trip. You might as well just fly overseas.
I've heard they've already booked tickets to Bali from there.
It was cheaper. Smart.
Yeah.
Good investment.
So
They're like, boys, what do we reckon? No. If we fly out next week from fucking North Queensland,
yeah, there was a deal going.
so much cheaper.
Yeah.
So let's get to it. Let's
I
get
did
to
hear they also bought the Dolphins tickets, so they threw the game a little bit.
let's get to the Friday night MVP. Are we awarding our Friday night MVP after today, or are we going to roll it to finals?
No, we'll do it. We'll do it in a couple of weeks.
Oh, that's going to help the team still in the finals, though. Give them a few more games to average out there.
No. We'll announce it in a couple of weeks. So this is the final. This is the final ballot.
Final ballot. Let's get to it. Let's get to our
let's all
Friday
pick
night
wingers.
MVP. Where are we starting, boys? Who wants to go for that 1 point?
I'll start us off.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to go just because I'm kind of giving him. He had a good game. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. Had a good game. Tries hard every week. Rips in. But just because just of the season he's had, he technically can't get Rookie of the Year because he got suspended.
So
But I'm
dumb.
giving a point to Lockie Galvin, who was by far and away the best rookie this year in a struggling team that got the spoon to play as well as he did. And he had another great game, tried his heart out, just got beat by the Eels. I'm going Lockie Galvin for 1.
Yeah, you read my mind, mate.
They need to change that rule,
He
surely.
locked up my 1 point. Well, minimum 1 point when he hit that bloody cutout ball down the left hand side.
Fuck, he throws a good right and left.
That made me cream just a little bit. I was pretty stoked with that.
Fuck, he hits a good right to left. Jake?
I like it, boys, but you can't give someone a Dalian when they lose by 34 points. Nah, not happening.
I'm not giving him the Dally M. I'm giving him 1 fucking point, mate.
Don't like it. But good on you. It's good choice. It's up to you guys. Anyway, 1 point for me.
Still played better than the fucking 17 other winners on the other team.
1 point for me is a winger.
Oh, bullshit.
And I do want to give it to the Rook because he played well, but nah, he only scored 1. And it's going to the other winger because he scored a hat-trick and played awesome. And that's Pulga from the Roosters.
Anytime we pick a winger who just catches the ball and scores tries, you fucking call bullshit.
I know.
Now,
Did
all
you
of a
hear where I
sudden-
placed him in the ranking? 1 point. I'm not going to give him fucking 3
Jesus.
points. I'm giving him 1 point for having a
He
night
didn't even play
out.
80 minutes, brother.
He didn't even play as good as Lockie Galvin.
He did. He
didn't.
won.
And he made an error.
He won and scored 3
He didn't
tries.
win, his team did.
Exactly. That helps. It's a team fucking game.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
No,
Not fucking MVP.
Oh, okay. So the MVPs don't help if your team wins.
Sorry, is it
Most
just-
valuable player.
Hold on. Are you saying as a Knights fan, this is a team sport when
Yes.
you rely on Kalen Ponga himself and only him.
No, it's not.
And you talk shit about all of your halves, your coach.
You should have heard the spray he gave Phoenix Crossland in that game.
You know what? We've got to go back to Newcastle. How good has it been last 2 rounds? And we finally maybe got the right halves going.
Yeah, you probably
Taking
changed
a
it
bit
this week.
longer.
You probably changed it
The
this week.
right halves. You've been blowing about Phoenix Crossland the whole time.
But you've still been playing all the players. Crossland and fucking
Always have
Gamble
little
still
cracks,
played.
have little goes. Anyway, 1 point to Porga for me.
What did you just say?
What I said before.
1 point to Porga for me.
Cody, 2 points.
Who'd you go?
You went first on 1 point, so
He copied you.
yeah, I went Lockie.
Oh, yeah. Did you? Oh.
Yeah.
Spit it out, big fella. Right, for 2 points, stick it in the spoon bowl. I'm going old Brycey Cartwright. Done well, played a nice game, scored himself a try, 2 try assists, few tackle breaks. Red hot.
Yeah, well, I'm getting out of the spoon bowl. There's no more points going that way anymore.
This game was far superior, and there were better players in this game.
I wouldn't say they're better players. Players played better.
Boys, it's without a doubt that my 2 points goes to the man himself, Sandon Smith.
Fuck off.
What did he do?
He didn't do anything.
He did one good try assist.
he fucking puts the Tilly through a fucking
did.
great hole.
That was all he did.
Mate, boys.
He scored 29 fantasy points.
Yeah, mate. There was an offload, a try assist, a couple of tackle breaks, line break assist, 60 metres run, like no errors. That's just,
2 missed tackles.
mate, my boy Sandon gets the 2.
I almost just wanted to give him 1 just to suck you off.
2 points.
Just to improve your mood a little bit.
You don't have to give me 1 point, but you're more welcome to suck me off anyway.
Oh.
2 points for me, and also a little tick because this guy got us a green tick, and that's Will Penasini from the Parramatta Eels. Played
Also,
very well.
just remembered, going back real quick to a loser, Nick Meaney.
Yeah, Nick
Oh my
Meaney.
gosh.
That was how much money?
$330.
$330
Oh.
slipped through his hands on that try.
Who blew up more, us or Craig Bellamy?
So Craig
That
Bellamy
was our.
first.
He externally showed what we internally felt.
Well, Craig Bellamy blew up more first, but then once the other 2 legs got up, I think it's us. I think we win. But anyway,
We're back to it. Will Penasini for 2 points for me. Had a game, 2 tries, and didn't just walk over. He
Picking another winger.
He plays centre.
Yeah, but he's a winger.
203 metres, just gunned it. Looked very unstoppable. And these are the games that you can have, and it's like, do that every week, brother, and you'll be so much better. But yeah, great game. He didn't play any minutes either. I'm just picking guys who are just killing at 60. They don't need 80. Anyway. Where's your 3
killing it
points
at
going,
60.
Cody, in this wild Friday night?
Yeah, look, I'm going
Stand up.
across the other game.
No.
Hard to go past him. Played well. 2 tries, 2 try assists. Teddy Esco.
it's a no-brainer.
Old Teddy Esco. 222 running meters, 52 post contact, 5 tackle breaks, line break, or 2 line breaks, 1 line break assist. Unreal. 0 missed tackles from 4. We won't say the errors because Jake will cry. Nah, only 2 errors. So that's fine. But Teddy, another.
I'm
Trying to
glad,
hold on to that Australian jersey.
I'm glad someone else said it because you just said everything I was about to say. I almost was going to give it to Mike Acevo just to piss Jake off.
Honourable mention, Warbrick, Thursday night. He missed out by 1 night. Like he had himself a game.
I tell you what, I was almost going to give him 1 point.
Yeah.
Well, I think these are both not, you know.
If you don't go Tedesco,
No way.
who?
When I'm going back to my Friday night, there's one guy who stands out for me. Maybe because it was maybe his last game ever in a rugby league game, but he had himself a game.
What
And
the fucking elf?
I'm going to start it off.
Is that what you were seeing?
I'm going to
Because I know what you were doing Friday night, mate.
and I'm going to start it off.
He's going to pick like some like Euro League.
Aquili Iwate.
And I'm going to start off that this player had 0 errors, so that's a good start.
Oh, well done.
He had a try.
I had 0 errors also.
And then
Played 2 minutes off the bench.
No,
He scored 8 fantasy points.
this guy played 68 minutes,
Couldn't leave him on for 1 more.
and he gunned it. and that is Regan Campbell-Gillard. Had himself a game for his maybe last game in an NRL jersey. He hasn't re-signed. It doesn't sound like many people want him, but he played very, very well for Parramatta.
That's a fair shout. But a front row for 3 points is not Payne Haas. You're cooked, mate.
You wouldn't even give Tarpany 3 points.
Because he didn't fucking score a try all year, did he, the dog?
I know he's your mate.
Oh, cash that one. Or we can cash all of them, actually.
Campbell-Gillard had himself a game, and you remember his game more than James Nesco's on Friday night.
I forgot he even played for him.
Exactly.
No, RCG.
Yes,
Yeah.
obviously. Duh. Anyway.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, righto. Hang on. If we do it, love you, bye.